the New York Giants. You have them with 45 million. I saw this number kind of vary throughout, whatever website I was looking at. I saw 41, 45, 43, somewhere around these 40s. Go ahead and tell me what you did.
Yeah, so there's a couple reasons. Okay, let me start with there's a couple guys that they can cut to create. It's going to be whether or not they draft a certain player, because a lot of these guys can be cut and create spots post free agency, so they can create space. Yeah, so let's start off with the most important position in football, quarterback. And this will tie into my draft pick too. I have them signing to a 2-year deal Sam Darnold, quarterback, New York Jets, and then obviously now Minnesota Vikings. This is more. Let me just backtrack to last year or to the comments by Jim, not Jim Mora, the Giants owner. I'm looking at his name, but he was
John
basically
Mara.
saying like they better win right away. And what is the riskiest thing in football is a rookie quarterback. So my mindset behind this is desperation. They need to win right away, and they need to get players that are ready right now. So my thing is, if I'm trying to win right now, I want something that's been proven, and that's something that we've seen already. We've seen be good. We've seen Sam Darnold be good. Everything besides 2 games, 1 bad month, he was damn near elite, one of the best quarterbacks in football. Last year, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I think he's a good fit, and I still believe that Dable's a better quarterback coach than most people think. Like Drew Lock had a couple nice games. Obviously, Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. He fooled us all, but he's had some nice games with some bad quarterbacks. Brian Dable, and physically, Sam Darnold has everything that you kind of want. That's why he was a number 2 overall pick. He's a big physical guy, big arm, and we saw last year where if you surround him with a certain amount of playmakers and give him like a simplified offense, you can do that. I think Dable kind of will kind of bring that, and that'll lead me to my second guy, offensive guard Trey Smith. So last year, obviously, the Giants' offensive line not great. Their right guard, Van Roten was their right guard. 35 years old next year. He's clearly out. Andrew Thomas hurt last year. I think if you sign Trey Smith, obviously the marquee lineman of the whole offseason, pair him with Andrew Thomas, right? You start to build a young O line. You can't fix this in one offseason. You have to start just pillars and pillars and pillars. So I think Trey Smith, and they could sign him. They could give him a max guarantee contract. They can really do whatever they want. Him and Andrew Thomas as the building blocks for the future of the Giants is phenomenal. One for Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold needs a clean pocket just like every other quarterback, and for the future, like even like owners and GMs won't hesitate to sign linemen who are young, because that's an instant impact and it's a long lasting value, because you sign them now. Next year the cap goes up, the number goes higher. Landon Dickerson and Quentin wow, I forgot his last name. The highest paid guards in football last year set the bar high. So you don't want to wait on these guys. I think Trey Smith with Sam Darnold will revamp and redo this whole offensive side of football, because last year you saw how bad it was. Bad O-line, bad quarterback play. You make it to where you have a nice landing spot for playmakers. You have a good O-line and a good quarterback. That's why my next guy, I was this close to bringing back Darius Slayton. I was this close.
Hold on. You're flying through this. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. All right. We didn't talk about Sam Darnold. Let's talk about Sam Darnold first before we move on. Sam Darnold going to the Giants. Spotrac has a 4-year, $160 million deal. You're getting 2 years, kind of the same yearly. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Well, it's like a Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith deal. Like it's 4-year, but it's really 2-year. Like you can get out of it after 2 years.
Do you think that 4-year, $160 million deal is out there?
I think desperate teams like the New York Giants will gladly give it out. Look, I think there's enough evidence in the NFL where these number 1 overall picks who flamed out in their first team, maybe even second team, can come back and have a decent career. We saw Baker Mayfield lead the Buccaneers. We saw Geno Smith redo his whole entire career in Seattle. I think this is just another line of this guy. Whether you believe it or not, he's proven to be good last year. I know he had Justin Jefferson, but you kind of project that the Giants and with their draft pick, who I won't say yet, are they like last year drafted Theo Johnson, tight end. Last year drafted Malik Neighbors, superstar or star wideout. You have Tyrone Tracy in the backfield. You have Warner Robinson, in the slot. You have the makings of a good playmaker, of not the same as Minnesota, but similar, like maybe two or three levels down, to where Sam Darnold can thrive and he doesn't have to really think too much. Like when in doubt, just throw it to Neighbors, just how he did last year, like throw it to Justin Jefferson. I think
Yeah, I will
he's
say.
a very specific quarterback to place.
Um, okay, it's a lot. I think if you bring him to New York, you definitely need to. You better bring two or three offensive linemen, or else you will not get the best of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that's why I paired
If
him with
you,
Trey Smith. I like
yeah, I think
like you got to.
I would bring in Trey Smith. I would go ask Ronnie Stanley if he plays right tackle. I would go and get guys because we've seen if you don't protect Sam Darnold, bad things are going to happen. That being said, I do like the signing. I think you give him a shot with Brian Dable, and you see how it works. You got to take chances at quarterback here, and sometimes you hit. And I think that's a good chance to take someone who had that kind of season last year. Eagles, I have a skewed thought of him because I just saw Jalen Carter and Milton Williams throw him around. But I think with something Trey Smith never had in KC was an elite left tackle next to him, and that matters. Like I think Landon Dickerson. I know there's a lot of Eagle references, but that's just what I know. I know Landon Dickerson is a stud by himself. It helps him that to his left is Jordan Mailata, and there's that kind of passing off, there's that kind of football IQ. You put Trey Smith next to Andrew Thomas, and I think that's exactly what you get. You get an
Yeah,
elite side of the line, something you can run behind, something you can design plays toward. You roll out that way, like when you need that have to get it 3 yards. We know where we're going, type thing. And so I like that signing of Trey Smith, and I think that's the move that good organizations make. I think you
yep,
go in and you sign good offensive linemen. I think we saw Sean Payton do that right away. As soon as he took over the team, he signed Matt McGlinchey and didn't he get the center as well?
Ben Powers out of Baltimore.
Van Powers. Like he went and got offensive line. I think good teams, good GMs, good coaches understand you got to build the trenches out. So those two moves, I think right off the bat, they are a much better team already. And I think
Yeah,
Malik Neighbors is like thanking everyone in the building.
yeah,
Like, I'm so happy to be here. I'm ready
yeah.
to thrive. I'm ready to take off. Your next guy that you have on your list here is an old friend, and you have him on the Giants now. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is where, because we have to be realistic with this cap number. I spent a lot of money on Sam Darnold and a lot of money on Trey Smith. So the next
Yeah,
is veteran safety Justin Simmons. Last year only signed 1 year, $7 million. I imagine that number is going to come down to 1 year, 5 or 4.
that's what
Their
he's
lot,
projected as.
yeah, yeah. So I think you can afford that. Maybe even make it into a big signing bonus where you can kind of make it work. Last year, obviously
Incentives.
Tyler Nubin, strong safety, great pick. But Jason Pinnock is their free safety. He's gone. I think a nice veteran safety to
Yeah.
pair with this with this young safety Nubin. I think that's a nice one too. And also, this team's desperate to win. They're like Sheen and Shane and Dable only have 1 year left. I think this will instantly bring them to like maybe an average defensive. I'm not saying that they're gonna be a great duo, but they'll be better than what they were last year.
Yeah.
Year two Nubin. Simmons is a veteran safety. Yeah, he's just a nice, easy veteran signing. Place him right in that free safety. Let him just go be a ball hawk, do what he's done his entire career. Not as impactful as we might think, but this is it's a quality signing for cheap.
Yeah, and it kind of plays into like what you said your goal is, and that's a team that's competitive right now. And I think you bring someone
Yeah.
like Justin Simmons in year two of Nubin, and I think you have a strong like a strong back end of your defense there. I like the signing. I was surprised by the number. 1 year, just under 6 mil is what he's projected to get.
Yeah.
I thought he was more impactful than that last year. I think there's at least a chance he gets a little more than this, but
Yeah.
not going to break the bank for Justin Simmons. And I think it's a home run move for the Giants. Let's talk about BJ Hill, but let's be honest. We all see that name at the bottom of your list. But talk about BJ Hill first, and then we'll move on.
BJ Hill's just a value. They don't have anyone who's next to Dexter Lawrence. They just need someone there who can look. He's not what he used to be. He's turning 30 this year. But I think BJ Hill will be a nice compliment to Dexter Lawrence, to Brian Burns. Obviously, just there's a complementary piece makes them better than what they were last year. Like the
Yes.
Justin Simmons of he's the interior lineman of he's the Justin Simmons of interior lineman. Just a solid guy, not a superstar, not even a star, just a solid starter. And for cheap. Last year he signed for Or I mean, he got off a big deal, but he might sign for like $3 or $4 million to make it work.
BJ Hill types seem to shine too when they're surrounded by Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. Now BJ Hill is never facing a double team all year. And maybe even forgotten about at some place. Go ahead, man. The last guy on your list here is a big name.
Yeah, I have the Giants. Obviously, I have the case. This is how the scenario that played out in my head. Tennessee and Cleveland pick one to take Cam Ward, and Shadir Sanders 1-2. That's why this scenario would work. The best player in most people's big boards is Travis Hunter, cornerback, wideout. Okay, in the combine, they're listing him as a DB. Most scouts, I've listened to so many podcasts, read so many articles. He's CB1 and wideout 1. They have a bunch of like average to below average cornerbacks there. I think he instantly becomes CB1 there. And then you pair Travis Hunter with a Wanda Robinson, with a Malik Neighbors, have him fit in, not just be like the 1A, but be like a 2 or even like a 3. It's not all on you to be the wideout 1. We don't want to put too much pressure on this guy who wants to play both sides, but we'll see how that plays out in the NFL. We don't know. So if it fails on one side of the ball, maybe in offense, we still have a CB1, and it's less pressure on him. He doesn't have to play that many snaps. And I think passing over or not passing a prospect like this is what they need to do to fix what they've been doing, is that not drafting right and not putting talent around their quarterback or on both sides of the ball. Travis Hunter is the best player in this draft. I think it's a slam dunk. I think they walk away with Travis Hunter, Trey Smith, Sam Darnold in the offseason. You fix both sides of the ball in a second, because Travis Hunter becomes CB1, Trey Smith, Sam Darnold are able to make that offense go down to another level. Look, the Eagles are in the division. The Eagles are going to be the best team. Number 2, I don't know. That's a pretty good team. Sam Darnold had the Vikings in almost near the damn near number 1 seed. Like, let's
piss some Commander fans off.
Look. Football is weird. Each year football is.
Who are the Commanders were last year?
Yeah, exactly. Like, this Giants team has sort of a decent landing spot for what you need. Stars. You need a Trey Smith. You need a Sam Darnold. You need a Travis Hunter. You need these guys to fill in those spots. Obviously, so that's how I would fix the New York Giants. It was a fun exercise because the Giants are desperate. So this whole mindset here is like, how could I win as fast as possible? Insert Sam Darnold, Trey Smith, Travis Hunter, both sides of the ball, kind of just floating back and forth. Justin Simmons in the backfield, obviously. So it was a fun team to like kind of project.
Yeah, New York Giants adding quarterback, lineman, and a couple of some defensive veterans, and of course the big move would be Travis Hunter in New York. He'd be a star. Him and Malik Neighbors on the same team is a lot of eyes. They would start to get some what's it called? Some primetime games for right
and some
away.
Season ticket holders. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get some hype around the Giants finally.
All right, we've done the Eagles and the Giants. Take a quick break, and we'll finish up with the Cowboys and the Commanders. Be right back. Sports fans, are you ready to take your passion for the game to the next level? Introducing BETR Picks, the ultimate way to play fantasy sports and win big. With BETR Picks, you can unleash your skills by picking more or less of your favorite players' stats. And guess what? You could win up to 2,000 times your entry. That's right. Just imagine turning a small play into a huge payday. BETR Picks makes it easy, exciting, and rewarding in a wide range of sports like NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. Now available in 33 states, including, yes, our very own California. Whether you're a diehard sports fan or just getting started, BETR has something for everyone. And here's the best part. When you sign up using our promo code BENCH, that's BENCHD, you'll get a first entry match up to $250, win or lose, plus a free pick to get you started. Don't miss out on an amazing opportunity to elevate your game. Click on the link in the description. Download the app and join the action today. Make sure to enter our promo code, that's BENCHD, BENCH, during registration to claim your bonus. It's time to play, predict, and win only with BETR Picks.